Good day, my name is Mr. Amar, and I'm the lecturer at Krems University in Tashkent. Today we continue with a business communication. So let me explain some tips about planning business message. So we will begin with analyzing the situation. Whatever you prepare something to send to any people, anyone, we have to analyze the situation. We have to analyze the audience you are going to talk to. Second step is gathering information. Gathering information means researching, gathering as much as possible information about the preference, about the individuals you're going to transmit your information, about the topics you're going to say, about the themes you're going to discuss with this audience. Third one, choosing medium and channel. So choosing medium and channel is very important because you have to understand whether you are going to present your information visually, orally, or it will be written information. So channel of transmission is very important as long as today in digital world, we have to understand which technology to use to transmit your information. And the fourth one is organizing the information. Organizing the information nowadays is very important, as long as organization of your message will help you to show your responsibility. So, following next. As I already explained, first part is about planning your message. It's about analyzing, gathering information, choosing medium and channel, and organizing your information. So, second part is start writing. So at this part, we need to adapt your text, your speech, whatever you want to communicate, whatever you're preparing to communication for your audience. As long as audience could be different within its perception, culture, and preferences. Second part is composing the message. So I would rather compose some drafts before starting writing a real message. At the third point, we have to revise the message we're trying to transmit and deliver. Then we start producing the message itself to make it clean and understandable for its audience. At the pre-last stage is proofreading. In my case, when I have some business information or business letters, I give to you read some professionals. In my case, I give my message to read and a proofread to some experts in this area. And the last stage is distributing your message. Okay, following next. When we adapt to the audience, we have to understand the sensitivity of audience you're going to have a communication. Next one is the relationship skills. In this area, in this part, we have to understand the ability of psychological, impact that you can use in the communication. And the third part is the appropriate writing style. Well, I think is one of the most important part because appropriate writing style is suitable in any case, in any communication. So, composing your message, I would highly recommend you to use strong words in order to influence your audience and of course make people persuade you. So, creating effective sentence. Well, creating effective sentence come over the certain experience. And I do recommend you to start reading something influential. For example, speech of the presidents. Developing coherent paragraphs. Well, whatever you start writing, your style, as I told you, should be very appropriate. And coherent paragraphs are important as well. So, let me explain about completing a message. So, before we distribute our message, we have to revise it. Revise any message, any part. to understand. Why do we need to understand? I'll tell you the secret. Before we start distributing the message, usually people are thinking about the reading skill, but the reading skill of itself, of the person itself. But people never think about the person who is going to read. Well, I think is the talent of the writer to understand the perceptional, let's say, image of the person who is reading. Next one is producing, proofreading, and distributing, as I already told you. So, next. Well, I do recommend you to optimize your time and manage your time properly. In this case, we're usually using about 50% of our time for planning your message, 25 for writing and completing. So, whatever we teach students with any writing, with any composing message, so we let them have a 50% time of planning, thinking and contemplating. So, following next, planning effectively. Within effective planning, we have to provide a right information to the right people. Think about our timing. Is that a right time at the right moment of delivering your message? And we have to avoid, embarrassing blunders. So within appropriate messaging, within appropriate delivering of your communication is important part. So next part is defining your purpose. Defining your purpose means informing, persuading, and collaborating. Whatever you are thinking about sending message or communicating with someone, you have to understand what you hope to accomplish, then what your audience will do, and the last one, what the audience will think. Whatever we communicate with the people, we rarely think that what will people think about the speech we are giving them. Yes, people usually think about something what will think about us, but not about speech itself. Okay. Following next. Analyzing purpose is the crucial in this case. We have to understand, is your purpose realistic? The second one, is the right time for delivering this message? And the third one, the purpose of acceptability. So what does it mean? Acceptability. It means, is that relevant to organization that you're following to? Next one. So following this, you have to develop the audience profile. So developing audience profile will help you through the identifying your primary audience. Who are they? Students, teachers, or someone else? So next one, determining the audience size and geographical distribution. So what does it mean? Determine an audience size. You have to understand how many people will read and how many people will attend, let's say, your presentation. Last part is determining audience composition. Who are they? What are they? And what are they doing at this point? Okay. To develop the audience profile, we have to understand how to, gauge or measure the audience members' level of understanding. So in this case, research about, let's say, perception or the culture will help you. Second part is the audience expectation and the preferences. So to understand expectation and preferences, so you will have to discuss or have a, let's say, informal communication with the audience you're following to. Okay, and the last part is the forecasting probable audience reaction. So what does it mean, a probable reaction? Of course, we're not sure about the 100% reaction of your audience, but at least we can think and try to imagine how they react. Okay, to finish up our tips, every professional writer, before starting its job, asks itself who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you ask yourself before starting your message those questions, you'll be successful in any writing, in any communication. Thank you very much. See you soon. Please subscribe to our channel